Yo guys, hold on. I'm just trying to set up everything real quick. Let me share this to Twitter. Let me share this to everyone. I'm live. I'm doing the La Liga fixtures reaction. Yup, about my thoughts. Yup. I will read you guys in the comments in just a sec. Just give me 1 sec. Let me share this on Twitter. Update thumbnails about my reaction, and also get something real quick. And even mention something. Yup, today. All right, let me try to do this. All right, let me put YouTube. Let me share this on X real quick. Big up to everyone. I hope you're doing all right. I got a couple things to say. I will turn on my camera in just a bit. I got a new haircut. Haircut. Yeah. I'll put it on just a sec. Hopefully the internet is good. All right. Let me share this with a couple of people on Twitter, and then we're gonna get into it. But I know, yeah, I know someone wants to mention. Yeah, I'll get you guys in the comments in a bit. And yep, let me try and mention hold on. Um hold on, let me try to put this real quick before I get to you guys in the comments and begin. Ah, dang it, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna read the comments. Big up everyone, yup. We got a lot into it. Big up to everyone. Big up to Always Cooler. Big up to Visca Barca Pro Catalonia. Okay, take your time. Visca Barcelona. Uh, um, yes, and I'm gonna get into that in just a sec. Yes. First of all, I don't have a club. Um, but yeah, guys. Big up to everyone. I don't have a club. I just love watching football. Yes, I support Brazil at heart. That's the only team I support. I just don't really go for a club. I just enjoy everyone's Style of play. I like everyone. So I just, to be fair, I like everyone. So I probably won't have any favoritism. But as massive respect to the national teams. But yeah, big up to you, Moss. Yes, almost 4th of July watching Blue Jays against Swabi and winning Calgary for kicks off. Oh, that's nice. That's brilliant. And who do you think is the favorite on that free agent rooming? Respect. All right, before I go to, let me try to pull this up X real quick. Before we talk about the La Liga fixtures, and turn on my camera real quick. I know my room is a mess. Let me try to go real quick. All right, let me finish up. So yes, 2 days ago, the La Liga. 2 days ago, the La Liga fixtures came out, but I hope you guys could hear me pretty well without any internet problems. It's BS. I hope you guys could see my screen. I just hope the internet isn't acting up. And you know what? Yes, you guys could still hear me, right? Yeah, the internet is just annoying. But all right, but unfortunately, this is really sad news, and I'm really heartbroken. But yes, guys, we need to have a moment of silence for in a bit. As long as you guys could see my screen as well, it's lagging. I know my internet just always acts up like this. Every time when I show a screen, my internet just fumbles. But I'm really sad. I'm just really sad that Diego Jota has passed away at the age of 28 as of yesterday. Um, as of yesterday, 24 hours this incident has happened around I think this time 3 or 6 p.m. here in the US. Over there in midnight Spain, Diego Jota sadly he had a car accident and unfortunately is dead. And this is just really sad. Like yeah, he has gone too soon. I know Diego Jota wasn't really 100% of a starter, but he was but off the bench when he strike, he's fun to watch. And to see him let him go this early just really pains me. It hurts and it's just sad. No one wants to like die like this early. I'm not trying to choke. I know. It's so hard to see. It's so bad to see someone like this go this early. Like I am that surprised, honestly. Rest in peace and commemorations to the Jota family and including not just him. He wasn't the only one dead. He died with his brother. He was on the front. So apparently they were driving throughout Spain. They were driving in Spain, I think on holiday since it's still like preseason. Since Liverpool are now in the Club World Cup, this has to end. Like I'm just really heartbroken, and I know this isn't the main chapter, but this is why. Thanks due to this event, I'm going to have to delay my another video, which I plan coming out the Comcast Gold Cup, which we all know that we have another BS result. But now, thanks to this, I'm going to have to delay that till tomorrow. And it's not just him. I didn't believe that first until I googled this. It says July 3rd, which is today, Thursday. Yeah, today. Yeah, today's on Thursday. Then I start. It's just really, really sad. Like I am sad for it. I am like, and now it's just really heartbroken to say like I know that in funny slot he was I guess okay in some games. I think he did play in his last game against Crystal Palace, but going too early like this is why you need to be careful on driving. No offense, you be careful, and if it's his own, I wouldn't say it's his own fault. Accidents happen, but you need to be careful driving. Like do not get drunk and drive and all that. But yeah, it's not. It wasn't. It's just sad to watch, sad to hear. It just heartbreaks like not just in the area in Spain, but in Liverpool, but across England, but across the whole football world. But the most devastating is definitely Liverpool. And I know that Diego Jota plays doesn't um doesn't get those opportunities. Even though he was more used than Darwin Nunez for Liverpool, right? I don't know if they will buy somebody else to replace him, but this is just bad. Yeah, something happened to his tire. This is why you need to be careful. You need to check on the tires. And it's heartbreaking for Portugal because he just got married and he just won the Nations League, and it was happy times for Diego Jota. Things were going so well. Yes, he didn't play in the Club World Cup, but he won the Premier League. Then he won the Nations League like a few weeks later, or a month later, because they did win the Premier League title officially when they battered Tottenham Hotspur 5-1, right back in April 27th. Which I think he might have scored in that game. I think he might have scored to give them the Premier League title against Tottenham. Liverpool 5, Spurs 1. Yeah, they yep, they battered them to absolute wrapped up. And yes, and that was Liverpool's second Premier League title, or you can say 20th league title overall in professional football. Yeah, that's why you what be careful. Big up to you, it's me, Blue. Some footballers from Palestine died today. Yeah, including one legend from Nigeria, and this one just really hurts. Yes, I know life and death happens, but it just you don't expect to be this early. This is why you need to be careful. If you don't know, Diego Jota, Liverpool striker, and well, not main striker. I mean, well, he was playing more. Even though Darwin Nunez, I think he's gonna get sold. But what happened to him? He passed away, unfortunately. He passed away, and it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't sustainable. And well, but yes, and then unfortunately they both had to die in the car accident. So this is going to be heartbreaking, especially I know that I know some clubs, I know they're in the Club World Cup and their season technically hasn't ended. Well, like everyone, if you're in off season, you're not playing the Club World Cup or the stupid Gold Cup. You still and enjoy your holidays, but make sure you guys are careful and be careful, not just for yourself but who you love for. Keep things safe and do it the right way and yes, I'm just really sad. Like I'm gonna turn on my camera in just a bit. Oh, he didn't score against his last goal was against Everton. Yes, in the derby, right? Back in April. I think this was the same day as the Milan derby and the Atletico Madrid Barcelona Copa del Rey second leg. I think that's the same day. I think that was happening at the same time you guys beat Atletico in the Copa del Rey semifinal. Sorry, 1-0 at the Wanda Metropolitano. After the visiting again, like 2 weeks later, after you battered him 4-2. I think that was the same day, same time. That was his last goal. Yeah, and yeah, I think Liverpool talks to Viateke, and I think that might be more likely. That would be a good substitution, like off the bench. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've never thought I heard of him, but yeah. Like, listen, not only that, he just got married, apparently like a week ago or someday, a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And listen, he had the best June of his probably life because he was winning trophies. He got married, and things were looking bright. And then Liverpool, they were doing well in the transfer window, especially making some few signings, especially two from Bayern Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz and Ping Pong at left wing back and all, and in the midfield that, but and then but now this might affect Liverpool a lot more. But yeah, I feel sorry. It's a sad day, and it's just This is why people need to be careful. But yeah, make sure you smash the like, by the way. Let me try to put that banner up. If I could. Oh, wait, I don't have it. Hold on. Hold on, let me try. Do this. Hold on, let me try add this banner because I don't have it like I did in the original. Hold on, let me try and make this banner before we do move on for the El Clasico the games, the La Liga games. But I'm just really heartbroken. And now I expect Darwin Nunez to get sold probably anyways because no offense to Darwin Nunez. But it's just that he just couldn't be sustainable, I guess. So that's why I think Liverpool are selling him unless they're making up their mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it blue, even though I could change it to green. All Madrid Barca players get tribute, including Chelsea, Bayern Munich. Yep. There was a moment of silence in the training. By the way, let me turn on my camera. I just hope the internet doesn't act up. Big up everyone. You guys could see me. There we go. Yeah, big up everyone. I'm in my room. I just hope my internet connection doesn't act up because it is. Yeah, and fair play to Barcelona, Madrid. And I bet this one is really hard on Trent. Which, by the way, I forgot to hold on. He even made a tweet as well. And on Instagram that he's gonna. I forgot to add that as well. Hold on to the bookmark. This is definitely hard for him. But he knows this was definitely hard for him after leaving. But yeah, rivalry side, not just with anybody, but especially Barcelona, Real Madrid versus Liverpool, because I know these two teams, their fan base or ego, don't like each other. You could say, especially the Trent saga, but now this one they have to respect it. At least he's with Pele now, yes. And I know Diego Jota, he wanted to play in that World Cup, honestly. And now he's just gonna miss it, and that's just really sad. And now this is why there will be minute of silence in tomorrow's quarterfinals games, probably in La Liga's first games. So apparently, he died in a place called Zamor, Zamor, Spain, and it was Zamor, Spain, which is an hour away from Valladolid, aka Real Valladolid's hometown football club in Spain, even though they're relegated to second division, but it's just really sad. I think Pogwarts did too. Definitely. Some reason this was more sad than Pele, no disrespect to him. Like even though you could say arguably yes, because at least Pele, at least he achieved all of his dreams and did it the full way, and then he just died of old age. Old age was fair enough because life is life. Instead of just too early. And of course, I'm going to miss Pele. 3 World Cup champions and made Brazil super relevant. Absolutely. Top 3 footballers. Absolutely. I agree. He was by far a baller. But yeah, the Diego Jota, I kind of get it. It hurts because we never seen his full career. I want to see what he would do at Liverpool if he was going to start over. But now, this, now we have to say goodbye. Unfortunately, you're gonna buy Jota kid just to respect him. Honestly, I kind of have a great. Honestly, that's that I mean, yes, honestly, that's great. That's a great idea. Honestly, you know what? I know I don't have a Liverpool kid. I might be thinking about doing it the same. And yes, he joined Liverpool in 2020, and then he won them the 20th league title, generally in British English football. Not just the Premier League that just started in 1993. He won them, and he was your 20, and yep, won them. Yep, your two times. Yep. Yeah, happy days in Liverpool were about to come, but now this is just gonna hurt a bit. But not only that, this wasn't the only one. All right, let's go. What Trent has to say real quick before we move on to the derbies. I mean, before we move on to the La Liga fixtures, he says it's difficult to find the right words when your head and heart are struggling to accept someone you care so much has gone. Diego, your family was your world. This was everything for his children, his parents, all of our hearts broken. And as for Andre, well, his brother, best friends, it's less painful. I remember Big Smile was a great teammate and true friend. Forever number 20, rest in peace. Yeah, absolutely. Facts. That's how you do it. And like this is why rivalry side between anybody, especially Madrid, Liverpool. That's how it's done the right way. And yes, I did hard it. Yep, you'll never walk alone. Absolutely. Absolutely. And before we move on to La Liga, which we've been talking for 20 minutes about this, I felt yeah, and it's just really sad. I could imagine that stress. It's just really heartbroken. And this is why you need to do things now in the right way, but it just really hurts. It's really hurt. And absolutely, and I just hope for the best for his wife, kids. I hope their kids do achieve their dreams if they want to ball out or do something else. I do achieve, but that one is tough because if you lose a dad, you get like a stepdad to replace him. Won't be the same. It's just heartbroken. And yes, you I forgot to say this Portuguese, but you need to say the calm. Yup. If Liverpool fans don't respect Trent for this, I don't know what they'll do exactly. Exactly. I know everyone wants to have beef with Real Madrid. Fair enough, but when it comes to times like this, especially those one of your own, he does. Hold on, my camera keeps acting up. Need to find joy no matter what, if you hate it or not. Need to enjoy life before. Yeah, exactly. And do everything the right way. Absolutely. So we got 10 people in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes, like I said. If you like this content, make sure you like, subscribe. I will try do a watch along or two tomorrow for the Club World Cup games for Fluminense versus Alahan and Palmeiras versus Chelsea. All right, so of course it's just really hard. If this was a Liverpool fan, of course everything would have been great. But I'm just really sad. Even though I do want to move on to La Liga fixtures, but I just want to say before we move on, rest in peace, Diego Jota and his brother. Descansa en paz. Us, this says Vasco. Yeah. Yup. Did Kelleher said anything about this? I heard he was Jota's best friend. I think he might have. Oh yeah, the Liverpool backup goalkeeper. Kevin Kelleher, right? 26 years old. Yes, I think he says he's heartbroken. And I bet that he might have cried almost all day. And I know he wasn't playing for Liverpool as much since Allison wasn't injured as much. But I just imagine. Oh yeah, yeah, he left Liverpool to join Brentford. Technically, you're right. Yeah, yeah, it's confirmed. Brentford have bought him on loan. You think? Yeah, because they are trying to bring back that. They're trying to bring on that backup goalkeeper from Valencia, which he's leaving Valencia already. The season that just ended, that was his last game. Well, you don't have to, but you can check what he said. But yeah, I can imagine. And this is why times you'll never know if this happens a little bit earlier. If anyone suffers like that, I wish you the best. I, w- I know that he already moved out Brentford, and then Diego Jota was one of them saying good luck to him in his Brentford move. All to my best friend, you'll be missed. You'll be missed. Saying about the Premier League trophy they have, and now this long good relationship. Footballers can be sitting, joking, laughing at each other for fun, but the answer in front of them is just that. But yeah, I kind of it's just difficult. Everyone like Kanate, has he said anything? Yep, I see. It's just massive. I feel bad for these players. And it's just too early to release the servants because they still have more to prove for fun. It's just really heartbreaking if you're Liverpool. This will definitely go on for a few days. Even the man, Menage Slot, knows that this is going to be difficult. I know, tears is just reality. Because everything was going well for Liverpool. I know Liverpool does have a preseason game against Preston July 13th. Well, I think they might be using B team. Oh yeah, that's true. There's that another Andre Silva. Yes. Yeah. Not to get confused with him. The one from Leipzig who went on loan to Werder Bremen, who was on loan to one of the La Liga's club, Real Sociedad. Um, 2 seasons ago. No, not the season that just wrapped up. The season before that, 23-24. I thought it was him, but no, it wasn't. No, they're not related. But that another Andre Silva wasn't from Porto's academy. And he's Portuguese as well. This guy is 29 years old. The the Andre Miguel de Silva. Not trying to confuse them, and I think he has a brother named Alfonso Silva, who's 26 years old, is alive. Yeah. He plays for the second division Portuguese. I know he wasn't as pro or as good as his brother. But it's just, no, well, overall, of course, he was playing second division Portugal. He didn't have his level as his brother, but he wanted to be. But he wanted to prove himself. What did Lamine said? I heard he said something. Yeah, I think he heard something. Let me see. Let's see if he posted anything on Instagram. But yeah, some tough times will be coming up very soon for Liverpool. He had the 19 profile picture. All right, his profile picture was obviously heartbroken heart, and his hand fist because of how heartbreaking this is. That's why he said so. Everyone, yeah, but yeah, guys. Even though I'm about to move on to the La Liga topic, I hope everyone is careful, especially Lamine Yamal. I hope he's careful, safe. Everyone is safe. It's just really tough. It's already bad enough with some stuff from FIFA, like trying to do some extra games just for people to get injured at this point, especially the Gold Cup and all that crap. And like even though it should have been done in the right way, like that's what I was about to call up, but now just makes it worse, a lot harder. I'm so devastated. So before we move on, one more thing about Diego Jota. I found out this news. This news started to occur more at 1 a.m., but I fell asleep at 12:30. I was trying to hang out. I was trying to watch some videos. There wasn't anything yet, so I kind of fell asleep. So I fell asleep. I woke up at 9 a.m. Who was playing? Belgium versus Italy happened. The women's Euros, and now. But once I saw someone mentioned about Diego Jota, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. What about him? Is there like any update? Like, but I was thinking about positive way. I wasn't thinking that Liverpool was going to sell him or anything, or links to another club. I mean, and then unfortunately, once I saw that, but yeah, like I said, if Lamine dies, I don't know if I'll ever recover that. And let's just hope none of this happens. I just hope Lamine Yamal and everyone takes care of themselves, their body, and just do what's right. I agree. It's just too young. Any age is too young, and I just hope everyone is careful. Everyone is safety. This is why some people do fear traveling across oceans. Like if someone wants to travel from the Americas to either Africa, Europe, or Asia, because you fear that the plane was going to crash and never anything could happen. What's up? Big up to you, Lepson, dude. I know this is a sad time. I know you don't follow football as much, but Diego Jota died, so I want to talk about my quick sphere and nation before I talk about the La Liga fixtures. Yeah, I just hope he needs to be very careful. I know that the age gap sounds crazy, and he needs to be careful. He needs to be hanging out with the right people. I know he wants to hang out with Neymar and just play some fun out games. But yeah, big up to you. Yes, I'm very sorry what happened to you. Well, not you personally or physically, but to you, the club, and I feel your heart. It's like you never walked alone. One of out of the footballers that died, it was Diego Jota had zero haters. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Like, yeah, he didn't have a lot of haters. He had very few, but it was calm, compassed. Yes, he played for Porto. He played for Atletico Madrid once, and then was loaned back home to Porto, to his boyhood club, and then from Porto he left to Wolves on a permanent deal for like 3 years, and then joined Liverpool for 3 years. 3 years later, until this day. Yeah, there were Wolves fans because he did play for the club, and I remember he did play with along with Raul Jimenez, who, by the way, who scored for Mexico in the Gold Cup yesterday. Even though Gold Cup is crap, but he was teammates, and he even did a tribute today. I just hope everyone is careful. Before we move on about the La Liga fixtures, make sure. By the way, another thing, make sure you subscribe, like the stream. Yeah, Raul Jimenez celebrating his goal until after Mexico advanced to the final against the United States. He by 1 a.m. he was aware that the Jota situation happened. Yeah, Porto Atletico Madrid. Yup. You even did an edit without him too. Oh, I see. But yeah, fair play. Yeah, out over there. Wait, where are you from? Oh, me. I'm from the West Coast, United States, obviously. But like I said, California, Northern California. It's been honestly, in my opinion, this has been a tough summer for me. Nah, 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 nah. You're not being a creep. It's natural. Of course, you gotta know. Oh, I'm from California, United States, West Coast, United States. Yes. Um. Yep. It's currently 6:42 p.m. It's just been it's been a difficult summer. I'm not gonna lie. Summer wasn't that impressive as last year. Last year, summer was kind of better. Even with the not so impressive Euro games, Copa America, at least there were some games. Um, this year with the Club World Cup, some mixed feelings. The Gold Cup is crap, as I knew it. Not serious competitions, and things not doing it the right way. It's been a kind of a rough summer, I would say. Not as impressed. People not making up minds and all that. Even family issues, like it's just been a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not impressed with this summer as much as I did. Um, this feels like a never-ending situation. Summer last year was definitely better for me. Are you from Canada? Oh, big up. Adam, I know you. You're from Jordan. Yep, I do hang out with Jordan sometimes when he invites me, or when he does a watch along. Even though I'm planning to do a watch along myself tomorrow. But yeah, big up to him. Yeah. On Josh's stream. Even though tomorrow, Liam, this is City. Big up to him. He's gonna do another collaboration with Josh True Gooner, the Arsenal fan, and Red Diamond or Royal Red, the Liverpool fan, on his channel. So make sure you guys check it out tomorrow, guys. Yes, I'll be there tomorrow, and this will hear what Royal Red have to say tomorrow. But yeah, but big up, guys. So I think it's like I said for the last time. Rest in peace, Diego Jota. We will never forget you. I'm never gonna forget you. But I just want to talk about the La Liga fixtures now. It's just gonna hurt, and I expect there will be a moment of silence in some of these first games. But yeah, guys, the La Liga fixtures are back. Back. Yup, the La Liga fixtures are back. Ah, shit. This is Let me try to put the first match day fixtures. Yup, the La Liga fixtures are back. Yup. So let me try to pull this up real quick on my phone, since I don't want to get copyrighted. So yes, This happened during or just before the Juventus Madrid game on Tuesday. Yes, Real Madrid won 1-0 against Juventus, right? So we had a confirmation that where the La Liga fixtures gonna happen. All right, so let me read more comments. But yeah, I know my camera's just not trying to break. This happened for the 25-24 season, but no more Diego Jota. Yes, and unfortunately, like I said, Liverpool. Like I expect them to go to the market to now sign somebody immediately. Like you say, Ekitike, which I know Frankfurt they want like plenty much money. I forgot how many euros or M's they want, like 50 or 60 M's or something like that. But as you know, Liverpool, they definitely probably will go for the Champions League as well next season. I expect them to do it since Liverpool haven't won it since 2019. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Cannot believe Al Khan beat City. That was Ali Khan beat City. That was absolutely shocking. Yes. And unfortunately, like fair play to Simone Inzaghi and all I gotta say credit fair play and credit to the whole team, including Simone Inzaghi, and adapting his tactics. He's a master of doing it. So the people that underestimate Alahan, unfortunately, are on fraud watch. I kind of underestimated them a little bit. I thought Man City would absolutely batter them. Not like 6-0 or 6-1. I say like 3-0, I guess. And then Man City had to regroup again for the quarters and semifinals. But unfortunately, that was a shocking exit. But now I want to talk about the La Liga fixtures. All right, so these are the first fixtures for match day one. These are the fixtures for match day one, and I will pull up Google in a bit. Yep, this is what we're gonna begin on match day one. It looks like for La Liga, as you guys could see all the teams. Yep. Alaves versus Levante, Celta Vigo versus Getafe, Atletico Madrid's openers away at Espanyol, Real Betis takes on Eincline, Valencia Sociedad, Athletic Club versus Seville, Barcelona Mallorca. Barcelona will be going away at Mallorca's ground for the first game this time instead of Valencia like they did last year. Another away game for them for the third straight season. Girona plays Rayo at home. Real Madrid will host their opener against Osasuna and Villarreal Valladolid. But if I was a footballer, I would not want to play Simone Inzaghi. He's very strict. Yeah, he does play he does want you to play like, not just a high line. I mean not high line, but like go very offensively press. Of course you gotta listen to him. I know he won't give you as much freedom, but to, win games and have that mentality. So of course I get the feeling. Yeah, or at least 3-1, which I thought, but no. And fair play to Alahan. They did give Real Madrid a great game. They've also gotten a draw in that first game against Real Madrid. Even though, yeah, they didn't score from open play, but they got a fair penalty, fair enough. So it deserves to be a draw. Real Madrid were the better side. Alahan, the goalkeeper, was amazing. He was like fun. City, but it's away. I think it was 4 game. I think it'll be 4. You're already having your score prediction for these games. Barcelona, Mallorca. You expect a 4-1 win. That sounds interesting. You expect Real Madrid to have a 2-1 win against Osasuna, as you expect Barcelona to at least take advantage of the goal difference. Fair enough. Yeah, Valencia versus Sociedad 2-2 as you expect. Yeah, all right, there we go. I got my camera. Yeah, yeah, because I know Sociedad, they don't play European football. Neither Valencia, but Sociedad, they just came back from one of the worst seasons. They won't have Zubamendi. I don't know if Kubo's still going to be here. Still going to be there. I'm surprised there's no links with him leaving Sociedad because they're not playing European football. And plus, this is a World Cup year. This season is big generally for everybody. It's a World Cup year, so of course everyone wants to play. But there's also a big game, Athletic Club Seville. That's the biggest game of all. And yes, these are the fixtures on match day 1. And yeah, and yes, we're gonna go to each match day. But before that, I will use the toilet break. But let's react to all the fixtures that are happening. So yes, all right, let's go all the way back down there. So yes, all right, ignoring. All right, so we're gonna see the fixtures. So yes, when is El Clasico? Everyone is asking. Yup, they're doing it again. El Clasico, guys, is on October 26th, and Real Madrid will be hosting the first one or first leg, first one in the season at home at the Santiago Bernabeu, like they did last year. Same time, funny enough, October 26th for the third that weekend, October 25th, 26th, 27th weekend. Yep, they're doing it at the same time. I reckon that game might be played on Saturday again, like they did last time. Yup. El Clasico is on October 26th. Yup. 25th, 26th weekend. I was gonna say yup, and then funny enough, the second leg of the second El Clasico will be at obviously no longer at the Mudrik Stadium or Modric. It's at the new camp, which I'm finally, even as a neutral, I'm kind of excited to see what the new camp is going to look like. How's the atmosphere going to look? How the fans are going to cheer? The sound waves in the stadium. And El Clasico will be played on the same weekend, May 10th, May 11th, May 9th. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited. So it sounds like they're doing this again like they did last year, especially on the World Cup year. Absolutely. And this is going to be, these are the 2 games. October 26th, Real Madrid will be at home at the Bernabeu. And yes, they're going to have to be better than what they did for under Carlo when they lost 4-0, where you guys battered them 4-0. The biggest result of the year by far. Hopefully we're better than them. We battered them, you mean? Oh, I thought you battered them again. I don't want to underestimate Javi Alonso. Yup, after that poor season. You know what? I'm thinking about moving. Hold on, let me try and move. Because since there's like a little bit of connection, might have to move down because the internet problem's really annoying. But yeah, no, 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 no. I don't know. Just call me, but yeah, I just hope that people don't come in. Here we go. The internet is a little bit better. But yeah, but yeah, yeah, but yeah, these are the El Clasico games. between Real Madrid, Barcelona. We're going to react to every fixture in just a bit, but we're going to show the big ones that mattered. But yeah, October 25th, 26th weekend, mark your day, May 9th, May 10th. We expect the game to be played around 9 p.m. local time in Spain, 12 p.m. for me in at Santiago Bernabeu, and probably Madrid. They'll probably do another. No. The new camp this time, since it's no longer at Madrid, I forgot. As you guys were playing there for 2 seasons, that's why Barcelona have the first 3 away fixtures away, so you guys can prepare for the new stadium. I reckon that game will be played at 9 p.m. as well. I'm so excited. And yes, as October, yep, I should be busy for job, but I should be there. I don't know if I'll do a watch along. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah. How long will I be streaming for? I'll be here for a while. Maybe an hour and a half to probably almost 2 hours, I would say. We're gonna be here for a while. I know we talked about mostly in this stream about Diego Jota. But yeah, I'm gonna dive in. Okay, you're gonna take a shower about 10, 15 minutes from now, or will it take? Yeah, you're scared of Hausen because of yeah, Hausen, he's been doing good, I would say, in the Club World Cup. I want to see what he does in La Liga. Yes, he did a pretty great job locking up everyone in the Club World Cup. I expect him to probably do the same against Dortmund. He already started off pretty good against Alahan, Pachuca, and Salzburg, and now against Juventus. I expect against Dortmund. The real big test, I'm convinced, when they will play, I guess, either Bayern Munich or PSG. I'm convinced PSG are going to beat Bayern, and people expect the PSG Real Madrid semifinal, which is big, which I expect Hausen to be faced with a big test against PSG, because PSG, in my opinion, I hate to say this, but they might be the best team in the world. I would say Barcelona is second. You feel like I get the feeling like in case he locks up in the right way, because yeah, Madrid they've been trying to rebuild after that disaster season of Carlo Ancelotti by only winning 2 trophies, mostly because of the back of the season. They did win 5 trophies last year, obviously due to the back of the UCL, which includes the Intercontinental Cup entry and the Super Cup against Atalanta and Pachuca. But yep, they had to play both Atalanta and Pachuca twice. And also, in fact, the people all over the internet are hating Yamal for one bad game, when he has 15 bad games in a row, no one hates on him. Even though I know they're just two different variation. I know I heard Rodrigo's links. I know Rodrigo. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he will be at Real Madrid. We'll see. Even though I know Rodrigo wants to start for Brazil, so he's thinking about leaving Real Madrid because he hasn't been consistently starting the left wing because of Vinny, and he just couldn't. And Carlo Ancelotti just let them do whatever he wanted, even though he will play on the right wing just for the starting lineup purposes. But most of the game, you expect him to go on that left wing. Even though Lamine Yamal, yeah, for some reason in small games, for some reason it doesn't do as much impact. But when it comes to the big games, he's actually a beast. Instead, we saw the goals against Real Madrid and Inter Milan, right? And every single big game, Atletico Madrid as well. That game-winning game goal where they came back from 2-0 down when Atletico capitulated. But even though, yeah, social media, even though I know there is PR around it, which isn't good. Oh, yeah, Gonzalez Garcia for Madrid in the club. Yeah, he's been phenomenal. And yes, in my opinion, I think he will start against Dortmund, in my opinion, because how he's been taking those opportunities. He's been balling out. And it looks like, well, Carlo would have never trusted him, but Javi, it looks like I think he's going to be striker number two. And yes, he's enjoying it. And then maybe they probably will no longer buy a Joselu profile striker who they need, a striker that comes off the bench whenever they subbed out their main striker, or they struggle to break down low blocks or breaking teams down. They need a area threat. I don't think they're gonna go to the market to replace him, because that might be their replacement after all. So I expect them to see him more game times. And as for Endrick, as a Brazil fan, this is gonna kind of break me a bit. It looks like I think he's going. I think he has no other choice but to go on loan, because he has to. Especially if he wants that if he wants to be called up with Carlo, even though he has problems with Carlo already at Real Madrid, he probably has to go on loan and hopefully could prove otherwise. I think there's just no other option. The best, especially this is a World Cup year. And yes, it depends whoever qualifies for the World Cup. I will do a video and stream about the World Cup qualifiers. I will. Who will qualify, who's that. But we have 10 nations that have qualified already out of the 48. But we all know Brazil, yes, Hendrick, this applies to you, especially. I don't think he starts over Mateus Cunha, but we'll see how Cunha does at United, because we all know United, the state of the club right now. Absolutely. Yeah, he's been balling out. He scored many goals. He scored against Al-Ahly. I think all 4 games. I think he scored 4 or 5 by now. I think he scored in all 4 games, including the game against Juventus. By the way, Real Madrid, they should have won this game by more, but fair enough to Juventus' goalkeeper, just like Alejandro Bruno and Jorginho Dimmer. I think that's his name. They literally, both of them turned into prime Buffon. They turned into prime Buffon, which, you know what, at this point, they deserve a call-up for the national team. I think Bruno does get called up for Morocco. But the Juventus goalkeeper, he needs to be called up for World Cup qualifiers for Italy, because he's been amazing. I hope he also continues his form and does that, not just against Real Madrid. I know he didn't look as impressive against Man City, but I expect him to at least show. Mbappe is back, right? Yes, he's back, but even though he is kind of rusty, so I would say he probably wouldn't start against Dortmund. He did have just less than 30 minutes of the new Xabi Alonso system. He hasn't done much of impact, but I expect him to do more once he gets more of those opportunities. I know he had one ball, could have gotten it, but they did it in reset chat. Oh, he didn't score again. Oh, yeah, you're right. Valverde scored. Jude. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, just not against Pachuca. Have you watched the new? Yeah, yes. And tomorrow I'm planning to do a watch along, for both games, hopefully, as planned, hopefully without any problems. Palmeiras versus Chelsea, and Fluminense versus Alejandro will be there. The best scenario, could be tomorrow. If Palmeiras and Fluminense rise up together and win tomorrow, because one of them will go to the final. That would be a dream come true. I think it could happen. That's all it matters. Just like so one of them could sacrifice themselves to reach the final and do it for Brazil. Either it's Fluminense or Palmeiras. I'm just hoping for one of them to at least make it. All right, I'm going to take a shower. BRB, fair enough. And you know what? But yes, guys. This is El Clasico. Yep, this is the game that will be held at the Bernabeu and at the Camp Nou. So we form order which each team. Barcelona will have more rest. Real Madrid, obviously, they do play on Saturday against Dortmund. I expect them to be the favorites. So this will be Xavi Alonso's not first test, but probably biggest test of all. I would say Yes, in La Liga, yes, this is the biggest test of all. The biggest of all. But his real test could be against PSG next week on Wednesday, I think, for the semifinals, which I think that game is on Wednesday. PSG versus Real Madrid. If and yes, we could also have a German Classico between Bayern Munich and Dortmund. We It could happen, but I think it's going to be PSG versus Madrid. They're not going to do what they tried to do in the Champions League last year, which we almost had another German Classico and at the same stadium, same old personnel. Did you watch the Club World Cup on Global or Cadiz TV? Well, obviously I'm in the U.S. Of course I don't have access, but yeah, I did heard that. Yes, I do know. Yes, you guys have been broadcasting them on some of these games, especially the big ones in the games in the group stage. Of course, I'm in the United States. It's free on the zone, but TUDN and TNT do broadcast a few of them. TUDN will broadcast Alahan versus Fluminense, so I will do that tomorrow. I will do that tomorrow. And funny enough, they're doing the Euro Women's at the same time as they just started their campaign. But I will do a rant about the Gold Cup tomorrow, guys, since I don't have time today. And you know what? But yeah, it is on there in Brazil, but in the US, TNT, TUDN on some games, and the zone, all of the games. But yeah, this is all Classico, guys. Make sure you mark your calendars between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yep, I'm excited. Of course, I'm never going to miss an El Clasico. All right, this is on El Clasico. Let's go to the second biggest game in Spain. Let me see if I can get that right. All right, here's the Madrid derby. And then, all right, let's go to Spain's second biggest game, the rivalry in the city, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. And guess what? Funny enough, they're doing it almost the same time except for the second game. So, El Derby Madrileño, or should I say El Clásico of Madrid, or Madrid Derby, I should say, or between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, yup, it's on the same weekend as last year. It's on September 28th. The same week as the same week as I think this is the same week as Flamengo versus Corinthians at Corinthians ground at Corinthians ground. This is the same weekend. And yes, this is a big, and that's when the Madrid derby is at. It's on match day, I think 6, in my opinion. I think this is match day 6. And this is held at the Wanda Metropolitano. Just like last year, they're doing it at the same time. And we're going to check out everyone's fixtures in a bit. But this is when the Madrid derby happens. September 28th. The same day, same weekend as the Flamengo Corinthians matchup. And I think that's the same matchup. No, never mind. So, yes, this is the Madrid derby. It's on that weekend. So, guys, yep, prepare, yep. Let me see. Is there any Premier League games that is at the same weekend for both October and September? Hold on, let me try to send this quick. But yeah, guys, like I will go back to it. But yeah, guys, this is just a big game. Obviously, this is the second biggest game in Spain. Like I said, smash up the likes, guys. Absolutely. And So let's see if there's any big games. September 28th. Is there any big games? 27th, 28th. No, there isn't a big game on the 27th of September in the Premier League. Except, mind you, nah, there isn't really a big game. As a big game, nah. There isn't a top six clash. Maybe Newcastle Arsenal, but that's not top six. Top six, maybe top eight. Chelsea Liverpool, October 4th. So on October 25th, funny enough, there's no big Premier League big games except Villa City, but it's not a top six clash, funny enough. So everyone's just gonna be focusing on El Clasico. We do have Man City versus Liverpool, and that isn't until November 8th. But yeah, and that one will be a moment of silence, especially the rivalry. But yeah, so yeah, but here's the second one at the Bernabeu. The Madrid derby is on March 22nd. So basically, because of heading to the new fixtures of the international break, break. So we're gonna have Champions in a little bit longer. It looks like that at the Bernabeu we'll have a Madrid derby on the last day. That will be the biggest game. So normally the Madrid derby is in February, which they did in the past 3 years, but now it's going to be held before the international break. And Atletico, they got to play. I thought they would do Atletico Barcelona that same weekend, same day. Hey, for the third year in a row, but no, it's actually going to be the Madrid derby, which fair enough. So yeah, so yes, so mark your calendars for the Madrid derby. We will be reacting to the other fixtures. We're not gonna do much. This is the Seville derby. I don't think they're gonna keep Anthony, unfortunately. The baller, nope. The goat, as they say. Unfortunately, this is the Seville derby. As always, Sevilla hosts the first leg. As always, Betis at home for the second one, November 30th to January 1st. This is the Seville derby. So that's November 30th. The derby in Seville, that isn't until November. And shit. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. I know it's just my. But yeah, guys. But yeah, this is a Seville derby. I know a lot of people just don't care about it as much, since it's not Real Madrid, Barcelona. But outside of it, it is a massive game. It is a if you're in Seville or the region around Andalusia, it's big. It is. For me personally, kind of yeah. The Basque derby, obviously, it's not a serious derby. That's November 30th. So yeah, if you want to know, hold on, let me see. If you want to know when is Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, their fixtures isn't until January. January, January 11th. The first one isn't until January 11th. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. And yes, Barcelona is hosting the first one just like last season, and Atletico are hosting the second one at the Wanda Metropolitano. Funny, Atletico Madrid, after they play Real Madrid, they got to play Barcelona after the international break at home. So Just like last season, they had to play Barcelona, Real Madrid back to back, and that's going to be absolutely frustrating for Atletico. And we'll see what the fixtures could go. In my opinion, who has to start the fixtures? By far the most, I would say. Um, I would say a balanced one is Atletico. Besides that April period, I would say. Here's the Barcelona derby between Espanyol versus Barcelona. I will read you guys in the comments in a bit if there's anyone. Um, if there's yes, this rivalry up in the city of Barcelona. These two teams don't like each other. The derby in Barcelona, will heat it up only further because Jean Garcia, Barcelona, they've signed him from their rivals Espanyol, and their fans are crashing out. So this one, I expect to be tasty. Espanyol is hosting the first one. Barcelona hosts the second one on April 12th after they play Atletico Madrid away at the Wanda Metropolitano Fair. That's where, yep. And I know questions about Real Madrid not leaving the Madrid community for another 2 months. So, okay. So, all right. So, I'm going to read you guys in the chat. If there's anyone in the chat, still no one in the chat. Fair enough. I'm just not trying to, freeze anything. Yeah, make sure you smash a like. Yep. Subscribe. Might have to re-upload Google again. And what am I going to do after this live stream? I'm just going to check in what I could do, anything. If not, nothing. All right, there we go. So I have to type in 2526. So, okay, let me try to pull up my screen, guys. Make sure you guys are still in the chat. Yep. All right, there we go. We're about to release these fixtures. I know I haven't been talking. I mean, not talking. No, I just haven't been saying that well. But yes, all right, so here they are, the fixtures. Athletic Club versus Seville. I would say outside of Barcelona, Real Madrid is the biggest game by far. And then I would say Valencia versus Sociedad and Espanyol Atletico Madrid as well. So yeah, this game will definitely get the most attention. Yup, everyone's definitely. I reckon this game will likely be played on a Saturday night, probably 9:30 p.m. or something, 12:30 p.m. for me. I expect you. Yup, and I expect Barcelona to start off fresh. And fresh and go for it, in my opinion. Mallorca, well, they're trying to sign Pablo Torre, it looks like, from Barcelona, and then if it's true, then he's already facing a quick reunion, or that he feels like that he doesn't left the team yet. It feels like they're dropping him off from there, even though we'll see, but yeah, in 6 weeks we'll have Mallorca versus Barcelona at their stadium called Estadio Mallorca. So, can Mallorca host the first game? But yeah, one more thing. You know what? Real quick, guys. Let me try. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back, guys. Let me try to use the restroom real quick. So if you guys are still in the chat, give me a sec. Hold on. Anybody? Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on. Let me use the restroom. I'll be back.
Ahorita me salgo, voy a hacer pipí. Voy a hacer pipí, yo no me voy a meter.
Hold on, give me a sec, guys. I'm back, guys. Hold on. Let me try to close the door. And we'll look in you guys in the comments if anyone is here. Big up to you. Let me try to put this banner back. No, is this the right banner? Oh, you're back? Guess who's back? Back again. Hey, Adam, could you check the edit I made about Diego Jota? You know what? I will I will check it once the stream ends. And I will check it once the stream ends. For sure. Absolutely. The Club World Cup has been underdogs. I can't believe we have Fluminense, Palmeiras, and Lahan. Yup, staying strong. The only three non-European teams going for it. And I hope they do it. I hope one of them make the finals. At heart, yes, either Palmeiras, Fluminense, or Brazil, but I wouldn't be mad if it was Alahan. And yes, I'm excited to watch them as well. Yup, definitely, absolutely. But yeah, since you're back, so you did predict 4-1, right? Even though you expect 4-1, right? This time, right? Even though I know Barcelona, they are taking time to register Nico Williams. I know it's taking a while to get that 1-to-1 rule and all that, and to sign out the contract deals and all that, the finance in the right way. So do you expect them to be registered for this game against Mallorca? Because I know Barcelona had problems with registration. So do you think he will be there? And what impact he could do at least against Mallorca? You could see Fluminense making the final. If they do, I'll be so glad for it. I will be. I'll be. I'll be there. If we could see a Fluminense versus Real Madrid or PSG final, I'll take it. Whatever. Whoever comes out in that another bracket, PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, which I expect to be the favorites of that bracket. I hope Fluminense does something. Absolutely, bro. Thiago Silva keeping that minerals leaders, possibly has a chance to meet Chelsea in the semifinals to reunite with everyone, the boys, and show everyone how it's done. That's also a dream scenario, which could happen. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You expect Nico Williams to be registered. Yeah, I could see him having a good debut. I think him and Yamal have a good duel. Yes, as we saw with Spain. Like I honestly, as a neutral, I hope this kind of happens. I want to see how well they do, um, and how well they would appreciate. And we'll see what Mallorca could do. Let's see what lineups they have. Let's see if Pablo Torre gets signed as well. We'll see what happens. But yeah, something to keep an eye out. But yeah, this will be their debut. Lamine Yamal and his team, Hansi Flick, and his young team will be going against Mallorca, obviously. We'll see if the goalkeeper has a great game as well. Let's see. Ah, freak, come on. All right, there we go. So yes, this is the game at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid versus Osasuna. I expect this game to be played maybe around maybe I would say 9 p.m. local time in Spain, because the first Bernabeu game, or unless this game will be played, let's say 4 or 5 p.m. I would say. So maybe I would say around that time, unless they want to put Sociedad Valencia versus Sociedad at 9 p.m. But I reckon it's one of these games. Or who knows, maybe Sociedad and Valencia, since they don't have European football, I doubt that games get moved towards Monday. But I reckon this game could be on Sunday. That's what I predict. Athletic Club Seville, I'm convinced that could be played on Saturday or Sunday, because that's kind of a huge game as well. Outside Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico outside the top three. So, but yeah, this is the home debut for Xabi Alonso's side, and we'll see what they do in La Liga. Even though we will see what they do against Dortmund and possibly PSG or Bayern. I think we'll have PSG Madrid semifinal, the Club World Cup final, because Real Madrid, of course, they're going to go for it. But I wonder if Rafinha will move. Yeah, because I heard that he's going to be moving as the cam, as like a playline playmaker, like similar to like Tony Cruz or something in that midfield, basically. Yeah, like those players. Yeah, those types. Even though Pedri is supposed to be that playline playmaker with that double pivot with either De Jong. I don't know if Calzada will still start for them, because it's been debatable, because everyone wants to stay at Barcelona, including Christensen. So I know you could only play 11. It's limited options, but one of them will definitely. Did you hear about us trying to sign the Wonder Kid from Copenhagen? Yeah, Ronnie Hitch. Yes, you guys are trying to get him, right? Yes. He's the he it. Yeah, he's that Brazilian talent from Let me see. Yeah, of course, Copenhagen. How do you pronounce his name? Ronnie. Jaha. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, the Kuwait guy. I mean, yes. Basically, he was born. Basically, 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 he was born in Kuwait, but he actually represents Sweden. He represents Sweden. It looks like they'll be very good substitute for Lamine Yamal's backup. Yeah, that sounds great. But he's from Sweden, born in Kuwait, but he has Armenian and Syrian ancestry. but he represents Sweden at the youth level. Because I don't know if Kuwait has a national team. Oh, because his family moved to Sweden as refugees, but plays right now in Denmark. Even though he is 19 years old, he's going to turn 20 in November. That sounds interesting. We need a fullback, maybe like Ramona Renderson. Wait, which Renderson? The one at Monaco, right? Is it the one at Monaco, right? My right back, right? Is that the one? Or I mean, yes. If we can also sell Araujo, yes. Even though Araujo, Arujo, is he going to make up his mind? Because I thought he signed that new contract for nothing. It looks like I thought it was staying till 2030, but now he just doesn't fit the Hansi Flick system. Yeah, Vengerson. Yeah, the one from Monaco, my Brazilian baller. That sounds. Yeah, his birthday was a couple days ago, a week ago. He just turned 24. Guato. That yes, he could play center back as well, especially yes. The game against Paraguay. The game against Paraguay, I think he was good. Wait, did he play? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he did play right back against Paraguay, and I think he was okay. I would say. I think he was good against Ecuador as well. That would be interesting. Barcelona do get him. Like he could play center back. So, but what about Kuparsi and Ningo? That partnership, or you want Renderson to be better than them? Casado will likely leave Arsenal or Chelsea, and maybe Thomas Partey has good experience. He has good physicality. Oh yeah, he does. Absolutely. I want Fermin Lopez to be the main starter over Frankie De Jong and Gabby. I don't think De Jong has been performing that well. Even though, yeah, De Jong, I think his time could be up for Barcelona, even though he wants to stay because of the wages. He wants to stay because he just likes Barcelona. His wife or girlfriend just likes Barcelona, so he likes the life, the culture. I don't know if they'll force him out of the clubs, even though you probably prefer this position, if that. And what format you guys will want to go with? Yeah, you're right. Abs- yeah, because if he could play that, then I forgot. Or maybe we'll play three at the back. I don't see that happening. Yeah, Anthony Flick. He doesn't play three in the back really. Like Javi Alonso, he does with Bayer Leverkusen. Um, especially in that Flick system comparatively. But yeah, but that sounds interesting. But all right, so let's go match day 2. Mallorca plays Celta Vigo. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be good for Real. Both Real Madrid and Barcelona on the road. I reckon this game will be played at 9 p.m. local time in Spain. Real Odele, the one that got promoted from the Segunda División for the first time in 25 years. This is going to be a big matchup for the local people because they're opening Real Madrid at home for in their first home game. So that's something to keep on look. I expect them to play low block. And yes, this will be played at their stadium at the Estadio. Oh, wow, that's kind of nice. That's a bigger stadium that I expected. But I heard the Raul because of the passion fan base, and they're back here. Their biggest rivals are a club named Sporting Giron or something like that. They're still stuck in the second division. But yeah, they'll be hosting Real Madrid on August 24th, something to keep an eye on. That's a big game for the local community. 4-2-3-1 we should play at best. So you have four in the back, two in that pivot basically, and then three on top right behind the striker, right? So I'm assuming that Robert Lewandowski, him at front, Lamine Yamal behind him, and then you have your Rafinhas, Nico Williams, even though then Pedri, and all that. Especially your back line, as I expected. I know some people want to change positionings, especially Barca reacts Jonas. He wants to play even though I know you do have hold on, let me turn on my camera. You do guys have Barnell. Is he gonna still play at Barcelona? Mark Bernal. Is he gonna be given another chance at Barcelona? I know he had that injury which kind of hurted him. I kind of felt bad for him. But he was playing well in that October period. Do you think he will get a start, or do you think he will get another opportunity with Barcelona? Mark Bernal. He should, Real. Oh, shoot, they're calling me.
Anthony,
Well, yeah, looks like yeah, I might have to I'm not in the stream, but I might have to go in 15, 20 minutes. But you love Bernal, right? Yeah, I want to see what he does for Barcelona, especially in that midfield position. I'll love him to ball out. So, do you think Flick will give him another opportunity, even as a neutral? I want to see how he balls out. Atletico Madrid's first home games against Chile or Einklein, I call them. Seville, Getafe. Barcelona, you guys are in Valencia at Valencia's crosstown rivals. They're also back in the second division. They play Levante, Valencia's crosstown rivals. Um, I guess they just made a new sign. Stadio Ciudad de Valencia is however going. Let me see. Is that their stadium? Is it outside or indoor? Or is it just? Well, it's not as big, but I could tell you, yes, they have the same cause as Barcelona. They probably want to pick up some good fights against Barcelona or Real Madrid, but their biggest enemy is Valencia, obviously, because they hate Valencia. Very talented kid, yes. I hope so. But yeah, this is where you guys will be playing your second game, Levante. They too will also play that low block and give a hard feeling for the fans. Both Barcelona, Real Madrid. So they too got to host the first leg at home. These are the two games I'm going to keep an eye on match day too, not just Levante. But yeah, I'm glad they're back because guess what? The Valencia derby is back, and I want to see how the Valencia rivalry derby, that derby in that city, I want to see how good it is. I want to see that rivalry because that seems spicy. It looks like these two teams don't like each other. August 31st. This is match day 3 before the international break. The biggest game I would say is I would say the biggest game in my opinion. All right, so you got Espanyol Osasuna, Eche, Girona Seville, Celta Vigo Villarreal. Some some alright matchups. Atletico Madrid are away at Alaves. This is the biggest game of all, I would say, outside of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Real Betis will host Athletic Club at the Estadio. I mean, this is the biggest game in of the week. Real Betis, they host Athletic Club early as I expected in August. And Real Betis, they're at home. So this is their fixture. This is the biggest game. I might do a watch along for it. We'll see because no one talks about that fixture. unless you're a Betis and an Athletic Club fan. Should be an easy win, but I don't doubt them. Like gonna, yeah, exactly, because they do play that low block, and I know you had that poor form. Yes, you guys did got revenge and beat them at their ground, but here's the thing: you didn't score from open play. They didn't even score from open play in Real Madrid. They did beat them 3 times in a row, and they did score like a lot of goals against them. Like I think they scored 9 goals against Leganes in their 3 meetings, including the Copa del Rey one. And now you won't meet Leganes, unfortunately. You're back. Yeah, we're just going to the fixtures, but yeah, this match won't be as much because there's no Anthony, there's no Nico Williams, as expected. So the Betis Athletic Club won't be much of a big fixture as much, even because there's no Anthony, there's no Nico Williams. It will still be a big game for the fans, but even their fans probably will miss. It will be again Isca versus Iñaki Williams. It looks like, or Sunset and all that. So, but this is a big game. This is probably the biggest game before the internet. I reckon that game will likely played at 9 p.m. And then this is, Real Betis host back-to-back game. Same day, Real Lovedi. They host back-to-back games. So I'll see that host Espanol. But yeah, this game, I mean, unless they put Real Madrid Mallorca at 9:30 p.m. But since this is a top 6 clash or top 7 clash, I think they'll either put one of these games at 9:30 p.m. One of them. But yeah, this is the game. I reckon that game will likely be played on Saturday. I'm convinced. Rayo Vallecano versus Barcelona. That game isn't easy. This game isn't easy because this game is really difficult. This game is really difficult for Barcelona. They've always struggled at Rayo's ground. They built a fortress around it. And yes, they do struggle to score goals. They do concede here. 3 seasons ago, 2 years ago, they lost 2-1. And then a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, they drew 1-1. And then the result changed again. And then they won here 2-1. Back in August of last year. And now it's hosted again at Rayo's ground. The first leg up. And of course they're going to give it their best. That's where Dani Olmo made the comeback. Scored on his debut, Barcelona 2, Rayo Vallecano 1. So we'll see the good form. Barcelona, you're expected to win all of your first 3 games. I expect Real Madrid to probably win all their first 3 games. Even though some teams, like I said, Real, they do play some mid teams, I guess, that are okay-ish. Especially all the way have to giving it up. Ah, shit, they're calling me. Yeah, they're calling me. Oh, you expect to be 1-0? Just 1-0 this time? Which one? The Rayo Vallecano game or the Levante game? Isn't the Prem fix year too? Yeah, they're out as well. I might do a reaction to it maybe another time if I have to. I'm just trying to do La Ligas. But yeah, this is a hostile ground. It's just not easy for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Atletico Madrid to get points. They'll make it tough, even though Rayo Vallecano knows it's tough for them at home. There's no the better team because of the pressure. And yeah, but I reckon this game will be played Probably 9:30. We'll see what happens. We'll see. La Liga. We should have like confirmation about what time these games will be played. How La Liga will kick off. Match day 4. We got an international break in September, which the last round of South American football, last round of South America World Cup qualifiers. We'll get to know who gets to qualify in the World Cup. We'll get to know. Athletic Club Alaves. Somewhat of a Basque derby. Levante, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal. The biggest game I would say is by far. I would say is Barcelona Valencia, but I want to go to Real Sociedad versus Real Madrid. Yup. They're doing it like last year. They're hosting the first leg at the same time at home against Real Madrid, which means, guess what? A few reasons. Xabi Alonso is going to be visiting his former boyhood club, Real Sociedad. He's both a Realista and a Madridista at the same time. It's like saying that you're a Milanista and a Bolonista. Like, someone that I forgot that guy that played for both Milan and Bologna, but he's both clubs at heart, especially the boyhood club. He says Rayo Vallecano. Oh, okay, the one. I believe we can win the Champions League. Visca Barca, Visa Catalonia. Yeah, I believe that you guys could. And I'm excited. And yeah, I mean, yes, it depends on how much squad depth, and we'll see the form of other teams. Because let's not forget, now at Liverpool, I expect them to go on the market big, especially what happened with Diego Jota. Chelsea are back in the Champions League, even though we all know Clown Lake runs their ownership. Yeah, you remember the old foe Chelsea. And I expect Bayern to also ramp up as well. We beat Valencia 7-1, and this one is coming up 1 away. Yup. And I'm going to get into it in a bit. Yeah, Araujo, if he just doesn't fit in this highline system, I don't know if they'll loan him out or permanently he'll have to leave, or they should just give him like a loan deal. Let's see if it works in that other club, and then permanently someone should buy him. I know he was linked with Juve, but it just didn't work out. Especially not man marking the fourth goal. Because I know a lot of people want Araujo out. You want him out? All right. I see where you're coming from. But I know a lot of Barcelona fans, especially the Araujo patience, is just not there right now. Because of too many mistakes. And like I know Araujo maybe not 100% his fault, but it is somewhat. And maybe his time might be up, honestly. You could say, me personally, yeah, you guys could have a debate about that. I probably would have a debate about it. We'll see what else happens. We should have any links, but yeah. But in this fixture, we also see that even though they don't play European football, I don't know if Take Kubo will leave Sociedad. You guys think Kubo will leave Sociedad? If he wants to play in the World Cup, I know he'll be a starter for Sociedad, but remember, no European football due to the poor season they have. And Zuma Mendy is expected to leave. I don't know if these guys will stay at Sociedad, a lot of them, because I thought half of their guys would probably leave just for them to even get weaker. But it looks like we haven't heard a lot. Zuma Mendy to Arsenal. They claim it was completed, but he hasn't been officially signed yet. He hasn't been officially announced by now. Yeah, should keep it. I only think we need a backup striker and a fullback. Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of agree. And the left back, not really, because I thought there was debate about that. Yeah, I think Kubo should leave. You should play like a team like Juventus, like somebody that needs on the wings. Yeah, yeah, because he is playing that same position as like Rodrigo, even though that's not Rodrigo's positions, but forced to be played at right wing. But Kubo, yes, yes, I think so too. Honestly, like yes, he is a baller, and if he wants to succeed, like maybe you're right. Maybe he should be played at bigger club. I don't know if La Real will accept an offer, even though La Real has the image rights of him. But yeah, I think he should probably go for a better club. Like I'm surprised there isn't Kubo links to any big club as much. Maybe there was one link to him, like to Bayern or something, or I don't know if that was Matoma, because the one at Brighton. But yes, I know that guy causes problem for against Barcelona's back line as well. He was trying to cook your back line, as we saw that in November. He tried to cook Real Madrid as well. Jonathan David maybe for backup striker. Yeah, yeah, Jonathan David. I think he's officially leaving Lille for Juventus. Juve corner cast. Big up to him. Big up to Gio, my guy. Even though I don't go as much here, but he said that they're going to be signing the deals and they're going to see how they play. So that sounds awesome. But as for Kuba, I know that he could accept playing many positions, but mostly around the right. But so I'll see that. Speaking of them, I do have their away kit from 23-24 season um because they came to San Francisco, so I kind of watched them in that 1-0 win against Betis, and also that 1-1 draw for Atletico Madrid. And I think someone wanted me to, so I kind of had to buy one just for collection sakes. Um, but yeah, even though yes, Real Madrid, obviously, I think they're going to use their away kits for this game. But yeah, I don't know if Ayasara is going to stay there or not. But yeah, Javi Alonso, he too. Oh yes, in the Basque region, they're called Trudeline, aka Blue and White in Basque, since they're known in Basque. Especially their mascot as well, which is cute. But yeah, Javi Alonso, this is his boyhood club, and he's going to go against them. I don't know if the fans will greet him because because he was managing Real Sociedad's B team, and now he's going owing in there as Real Madrid's main manager. How's Vinny's going to cook up? Sociedad is basically I don't know. It's basically the Brighton of Spain. And yes, Javi Alonso, yep, he's going against his former club. And Real Madrid do have a connection with Sociedad, probably the same links up as I mean, I know they tried to have rumors of Zubamendi, but I'm convinced he'll end up at Arsenal anyways. I think the deal's wrapped up because I know Javi Alonso. He is trying to bring the good connection, friendship between Real Sociedad and Real Madrid because his time in both clubs. Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah. Since he's leaving Los Angeles FC, I think Danny Bowanga might be leaving. I don't know. He might. I heard rumors of him to Club America, the other guy, but we'll see. João Pedro to Chelsea. Do you think he'll flop? Um, it's too early to say. We'll see what he does in preseason. I want him to do ball him out. I think that I know it's freaking Clear Lake, and they're doing like some of these, um some of these transfers not in the right way. I want him to succeed, but I just hope Enzo Maresca just don't hurt him. And I hope this is a good fit for Brazil, especially for a World Cup, even though he's not starting over Liam Delap. But even though he needs playing time for the World Cup, I just hope they do it the right way. If they're not, by the way, I don't know why they're signing many strikers. They're also trying to get Gittin from Dortmund, which I don't get it. Mixed feelings. Good for him. Good for the quality, but at the same time there's some issues in between it. I don't know, honestly. I hope so. But all right, but I do want to move to the Valencia game where you guys will be hosting Valencia. Yeah, September 14th. That's where you guys host Valencia. Valencia at the new Camp Nou. That's where you open up Camp Nou as expected, as they promised. You think the stadium will be open enough to the home fans? And then will anyone go to that game? Because that game will be buzzy. That game has to be played at 9 p.m., I'm assuming. That game has to be played at 9 p.m. And by the way, this is the same weekend. By the way, let's not forget. Let's talk about the Brazilian League and the Italian League. This is the same weekend as Juventus versus Inter Milan, the Derby d'Italia or El Clasico of Italy, in Turin, Torino. Juventus versus Inter is the same weekend as this. And I think in the Brazilian League, let's see, is there any big games on that weekend? Let me see. September 14th. Because we don't have a big game. São Paulo, Botafogo. We do have Atlético Mineiro versus Santos, Fluminense, Corinthians. So we got a couple big games in the Brazilian League. But the following week, September 20th, that one is going to be bigger. I'm going to explain why in a bit. But yeah, we got some interesting matchups. And I don't know how you feel. All right, let's go. No offense to Pedro and Esteval Williams. Yeah, that's true because their owners are a joke. And unfortunately, if they're not going to do it the right way, this is why Clear Lake Capital needs to be called out, even as a neutral. I have Chelsea fans, especially Michael. Big up to him, even though I know Michael, the Chelsea fan, I know he told me that he doesn't like Barcelona because he told me about that 2009 incident. But here's the thing: rivalry side, their ownership is crap. It's not the same under Roman Abramovich. This doesn't happen under Roman Abramovich. And plus, you got Mudryk suspended. And what was the point of signing Mudryk? I don't get it. AS Monaco has been amazing. Absolutely. We should destroy Valencia. Last season, you beat them 7-1. Yeah, the 7-1. I don't like that result. I mean, it doesn't affect Brazil, but it kind of sounds like Germany 7, Brazil 1, that semifinal. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't mean that I'll tell you to bring it up, but that scoreline reminds me of that. So you guys kind of have to do that. Even though I get you want to wrap up goal difference, you guys could have gotten at least one more goal, or you could have stayed at 6-1. But it's not a problem, but it just reminds me of that. But 7-1 is most unpredictable ever since that famous Brazil Germany. But I don't blame you. It's not a problem. But I'm just saying. But this is the big games. So September 3rd, 21st, we got Valencia Athletic Club. That one is a big game. It's at Valencia's ground, Girona, Levante. Villarreal, Osasuna. Atletico Madrid got to visit Mallorca. We do have a big game on the 21st of September. Real Madrid will host Espanyol the same time as they did last year at the Bernabeu, while Barcelona are also at home against Getafe. Who do Real Madrid play? Oh, yeah, Sociedad, like I said. Real Sociedad plays Real Betis away. Real Betis also has to host the first leg at home. Like I said, it could be a mid-off. We will see. I expect Sociedad to have their away kits. The reason why they wear their home kits in Betis' home ground last season in February, because Betis, they went all green for like a sponsorship. And Sociedad last season had brown kits, and Betis, they did have like a yellowish, dark green yellowish kit kind of. But yeah, but yeah, Barcelona Getafe. Well, we all know Getafe plays terrorism football. It's not surprising. Um, but this weekend is big. Oh wait, no, hold on. Match day 6. You got fixtures in the league midweek. I think there's midweek. Sociedad was Mallorca, Osasuna Clan. Atletico Madrid, Mallorca's a derby. Espanyol hosts Valencia again. Barcelona, you guys are away at Olivet, and Madrid is away at Levante. So basically, same fixtures as last month from match day 2, but switch. Real Madrid this time they'll play Levante and Barcelona play Olivet. They switch it up, which I expect them to give you guys a hard game, but I expect you guys to win it, probably by a goal or two, and they will show a good fight, both of these home teams. So we'll see. But let's not forget we also have Champions League games between the 14th and 21st, and the Champions League draw isn't even until August. I don't know if I will do a Champions League draw reaction. I don't know. Because I could have work on that day. We'll see. I'll see. Rayo Vallecano hosts Seville. Girona, Espanyol, Mallorca, Alaves, Betis, Osasuna, Villarreal, Athletic Club. But yeah, this weekend is big. It's the Madrid derby. Like I said, Atletico, like I said, will be hosting Real Madrid the first leg as always. Same weekend, same day. I expect this game to be played at 9 p.m. local time. And meanwhile, Barcelona, you guys host Sociedad at the Camp Nou. So we got a Madrid derby. And then Real Madrid will be hoping Sociedad will take points out of Barcelona. That was a banger. Absolutely. I don't think he will return as his form, but we'll see what he does in the midfield, Monaco, along with Ansu Fati on top. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more exciting. We got teams like Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea are back, even though it's clear like Chelsea, not Roman Abramovich Chelsea. You better not see it Madrid, Barcelona. Madrid City. My bad. 5 times in a row, I think. Yeah. It's just like the CONCACAF. It's just like CONCACAF. They always want to do a USA Mexico final or USA Mexico matchup every single freaking year, and I think it's kind of getting boring, annoying. And listen, City didn't even pass Al-Lahan. They're not going to meet up in the final. They could have meet up in the round 16, but they didn't. And now, just like CONCACAF, which I'm going to do a rant video coming out. It's coming out tomorrow. They want to do this at the same time. It's ridiculous. And like the USA Mexico rivalry, no offense, it's just proof CONCACAF there's no competitors. Like in South America with Combo. Fair enough, South America, Sudamerica, but there's competitors. North America, there's not a single competitor. Uh-huh. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. And I'm gonna do a rant video coming up tomorrow. But yeah, guys. But yeah. But also speaking of that weekend, by the way. Speaking of that weekend, September 28th. Guess what? Fla- this is the same weekend as Corinthians versus Flamengo, the biggest game, arguably the biggest game in Brazil. Basically, I would say one of Brazil's major clásicos between Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. And that's the same weekend. Corinthians versus Flamengo. Last year was São Paulo versus Corinthians, but now it's Corinthians versus Flamengo. We'll see. Ooh, is that game going to be broadcast at the same time? I don't know. I might have to do a double watch along. We'll wait and find out. But yes, Corinthians Flamengo. Same weekend as Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid derby. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. El Clásico dos Millones is September 20th between Flamengo and Corinthians. Oh yeah, there's also a Rio de Janeiro derby. Fluminense versus Botafogo is also that same weekend. Vasco, Cruzeiro, Bragantino, Santos. So yeah, there's something. Keep an eye on it. We will be there for sure. Absolutely. For frick's sake, I messed up the phone. Yeah, you lost to Canada on penalties, and you didn't score that. You didn't score from open play. Unfortunately, it was a penalty kick, and I know CONCACAF is just not a good tournament. No offense to these CONCACAF nations, to the USA and Mexico. In my opinion, this is not a good enough competition. It's not good enough. It's always filled with. I'm not saying they're bad teams, and I'm not disrespecting them, but it's just quality wise, it's just not good, and it's always for the PR money. But here's the thing: USA, Mexico, maybe Canada, they'll get embarrassed by, let's say, by a not even a powerhouse from Europe, like let's say Switzerland or Turkey, like they did in the friendlies, or I don't know, even like Greece or something. Not even England, France, Spain, the top five, or even they, but they'll get embarrassed, especially the big ones. Like it's always ridiculous. It's just as boring. It's just as boring. It's just as ridiculous as Madrid City. And these last 4 years, CONCACAF has always finds a way to put USA Mexico in a freaking competitive game every single time. Last year, Nations League final. The year before that, Nations League semifinal. 2022 World Cup qualifiers, fair enough for the Qatar World Cup. 3 times in 2021. World Cup qualifiers in the USA. The freaking Gold Cup and Nations League final. Oh, it's a joke. And unfortunately, I have no idea what happened to Jesse's Mars, Canada. Same thing in Panama, which I thought they would be in the semifinals, but they didn't. Oh, man. This is why I'm going to call out CONCACAF tomorrow, guys. No worries, guys. Yep, it's 8 p.m. The sun is coming down, as you guys can see. Yep, the sun is coming down. I'm going to continue the stream for a bit longer, but, man. I'm going to do a rant video tomorrow. Oh, my goodness, bro. It's absolutely annoying. And by the way, I will, re-upload more for sure. But it's just ridiculous. Oh, man. And then, come on. All right, you guys do host Real Sociedad at the Camp Nou, obviously, in that time. So you'll be at home. Expected to take 3 points, which I expect Barcelona to do against Real Sociedad, because I don't know if they'll have to do anything them. But yeah, but yes, at Camp Nou, you expect them to beat them, right? So Sociedad, they got to play Barcelona or Real Madrid in the span of 2 weeks. All right, let's go to October 5th. One more game before the international break. There isn't really much to match, except I would say Real Madrid Villarreal is probably the biggest game of all, the biggest game of the week, definitely. And they're doing it at the same time. Yup. Barcelona. This is the biggest game. Seville versus Barcelona in Seville Stadium in the Ramos Sanchez. So yeah. Feel free to have any score predictions on any game today. So many ups and downs for me. I don't blame you. And then I'm kind of furious. Oh my goodness. Just why? I cannot wait to do a rant on CONCACAF. It's just not good because they'll never invite teams like Brazil or Colombia. I mean, they did in the past, but they haven't done it. They promised me, but they lied. Instead, they brought in Saudi Arabia. And it's just going to be used as, as a... It's not a good tournament, honestly. There's no excuse, for freak's sakes. I'm going to cook them tomorrow. No worries. But yeah, this is the biggest game. You expect another 4-1 battering, I guess. And Barcelona, Seville only robbed at 1 goal from open play from the high line. You expect probably that to happen, and then another 4-1 smashing. Yep. But yeah, this is by far the biggest game the week before the international break. So I know that time. So I guess we're just gonna skip into October. But yeah, let's not forget Champions League games as well in between. We'll see. This is a big season, guys. World Cup year. This is World Cup season. And I will do a video next year for sure. Absolutely. I will work on it. Oh, for sure. There will be a 25-26 review video. Absolutely, bro. There will be. I will do it. I will set up everything. Oh my goodness. This is why I'm trying to work as hard, guys. I will have a job. But yeah, these are the fixtures October 19th. There isn't much going on. Real Madrid will stay in Madrid, in the community Madrid. Just going down south to Getafe. Barcelona, it is the Catalan derby between Barcelona and Girona at Camp Nou. That'll be interesting. Because Girona was causing problems against Barcelona in the last 2 seasons before last season, before they disintegrated back to its old self. So, but yeah, October 19th, definitely I would say Barcelona, Girona. Like I said, this weekend is by far the biggest weekend. We got many big games, clash ones. The biggest game of all. October 26th, October 25th, 26th weekend is by far the biggest weekend. Look at how many big games we got. But no, yes, it's not just El Clasico, but by far El Clasico is the biggest game of all. This is the biggest game of all. The second biggest game is between Real Betis and Atletico Madrid. The Valencia derby in the community in between Valencia Villarreal. Real Sociedad versus Seville. These are all big games, but the biggest one is El Clasico. Like I said, Xabi Alonso's first big test. The biggest test. Well, you could say PSG might be the biggest test maybe next week. As early as this Wednesday, if both teams do progress. But this is by far Xabi Alonso's first biggest test. And we'll see how these two teams will meet up, match up, the form they'll be going into. High line, we'll see what players, what changes. I might do an El Clasico preview. This is by far everyone's most focused. This time will get more spicy, more intense, more preparedness. Yup, in just less than 4 months, this is by far the biggest game, hands down. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, El Clasico. Is there? Yup. Yup. Is there? Yup. So are you guys excited for that one? This is by far the biggest game at the Bernabeu. Yup. We saw it last season, 4-0. The highline worked, and will it work again? I think Real Madrid will score at home for sure. It'll be crazy. You guys keep back to back clean sheets. We have yeah. It's just really heartbreaking. Like I said today, I know it's really heartbreaking, and this is why it kind of has me kind of downs this week as well. Yesterday, I even had a headache. I would say kind of yesterday and today, not as impressive. And then tomorrow's 4th of July here. I don't know how these games fix up. I'm just trying to work hard. But yeah, guys, these are the El Clasico games. But yeah, this is El Clasico. As you expected, you guys are ready. Yep. The biggest game by far. And then this is what's going to happen after El Clasico. But yeah, we'll be deciding at the Bernabeu at the first half. This is by far the biggest game. Yup, no questions asked. Not even the Premier League. There's one. Maybe AC Milan, Juventus. I think it's on that weekend. But yeah, let's go to October's fixtures. November's fixtures. We have the Basque Derby between Sociedad and Athletic Club. The fake Vasco Derby. Because the real Vasco Derby obviously is between Flamengo and Vasco da Gama of Rio de Janeiro. Or should I say Clásico dos Millones. But that's on September 20th. And this one, the Basque Derby, I think that they'll likely be played on Saturday or Sunday. Atletico Madrid hosts Seville at that weekend. So I expect one of those games to be played on Saturday or Sunday because they're two big games. Barcelona just hosts Elche, but I don't think that game will be played at 9 p.m. because one of those two games will be at 9 p.m. What about Real Madrid? They host Valencia. Ooh, that's kind of a big game too, honestly. Maybe that game could likely also be played at, let's say, 9 p.m. But maybe, you know what? Real Madrid, Valencia, I think that's the biggest game of all of them. Even though you could say Atletico Seville, the Basque Derby is also right behind them. And Barcelona's edge hit game is the fourth biggest of all, based of size. So any thoughts? Would you say Real Madrid will, if Real Madrid gets 3 points against Barcelona, they'll be confident against Valencia. They will. Just like last season, Real Madrid got to play Valencia after Barcelona. Even though last year, Madrid's game against Valencia got postponed because of flooding. So, yeah. So, this is by far the biggest game. Got the G Derby between Getafe and Girona. The letter G. This is the games before the international break. Barcelona got to play Celta Vigo. Real Madrid have Rayo Vallecano. Not a bunch of big games. Maybe Valencia Betis could set it up. Some interesting matchups. Yup. So, what are your thoughts? Yup. Heading towards November's international break. Happy 4th of July from Canada. Thanks. I was going to stream today until I heard the news. Did you know about Liverpool's YouTuber Leo Gold? Maybe. I think I heard of him. I just haven't watched his contact. Let me see. Yes. Yes. I heard of. Yes, and he heard the devastation. He did a stream about it. Yes, I heard of him. Yes, he does put on subscriber only mode. But yeah, I heard of him, and I do feel bad for him. I don't respect for Valencia for what they did to Vinny. Yeah, that controversial issue in 2023 and even early this year. Yeah, I think they're going too far. And Valencia, uh, even as a Barca fan, you're saying this because Valencia they just do play tough ball. And I know the first leg is at the Bernabeu, which I expect Real Madrid to probably beat Valencia. We'll see how the form goes on. That's true. The referee did give Vinny a red card, and it's been questionable debates. And like Valencia, it's a hostile environment. They need to respect my Brazilian ballers, honestly, regardless. Because I know they have that center back guy named Mosqueta. I don't know if he's staying as well. I don't know if he's leaving, but I do know him. That player. But yeah, after the international break, we have a Basque derby, another community derby, Osasuna, Sociedad, Getafe, Atletico Madrid, Madrid community derby, Barcelona. Nico Williams will be playing his former club. It looks like if they do sign him, November 23rd. That's something to keep an eye on at the Camp Nou. Absolutely, I reckon that game will be played at 9 p.m. Real Madrid is away at Lancane. Oh, this game right here. This is the Valencia derby. This is the Valencia derby. Before the after the international break, this is the Valencia derby going against each other. So that'll be interesting. And it's at Valencia's ground. That's interesting. That's a that's a huge that's a huge game at Valencia. That'll likely be played at 9 p.m. I would say. The Valencia derby is probably the second biggest game. Real Madrid are away at Elche. So I reckon you'll probably smash them. November 30th, Atletico against Real Sociedad Villarreal, Levante Atletico. There isn't much big games. Oh wait, the Seville derby is the following week. That's a big game. So we'll see what happens. But I reckon that is a big game. That's definitely the Seville derby. Like I said, November 30th. Absolutely. Leo looks really sad in his eyes. I could imagine. Absolutely. And big up to him. Athletic Club, I have a lot of confidence. I've seen some fans that they'll win the league. Well, Athletic Club, fair play to them for making the Champions League final. And I know Manchester United might have battered them 7-1, but especially Nico Williams. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's possible. I do like the work rate of the Basque players, but I just don't think they'll do it. But yeah, the Seville derby is on November 30th. But yeah, Nico Williams will be going against his former club. And last season they actually did give Barcelona a hard time, but this season not as much. The season that just wrapped up. Valencia will be hosting Seville, Athletic Club, Atletico Madrid, Real Betis versus Barcelona, Real Madrid, Celta Vigo. Fair enough. These are the fixtures December 14th. I don't have to explain it. Barcelona hosts Osasuna, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, the biggest game of all. I reckon you. Villarreal, this December 21st. This is the period that where not only Champions League games. These games will happen frequently, and somebody will get a rest a week or two. Um, we all know that 5 teams in La Liga will be playing in Champions League football next season. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club, and Villarreal. They're all participating. Levante hosts Sociedad. Real Madrid will host Sevilla. That's probably the biggest game of all. And yes, and then we're gonna have a break for 2 weeks. There's always winter break with 2 more fixtures to even go before even going halfway through. Real Madrid will host Real Betis at home. Another Seville team back to back. At Osasuna Athletic Club. Atletico Madrid visit La Real in San Sebastian. And it's the Barcelona derby. That's where John Garcia is going to get fist up by his own fans for coming to Barcelona instead of Espanya. Yup. these are the fixtures. Um, these are the fixtures. Obviously, upcoming guys, including this is the wrap up to the first half or first leg. Barcelona Atletico Madrid is at the new camp. We'll see what happens. And then we also have Athletic Club Real Madrid Old Classic. So this is the first and second biggest game of that week. But I reckon the Super Cup is happening. So I reckon some of these games might get postponed or pushed back. And the second leg begins. It's starting with Barcelona visiting Real Sociedad and San Sebastian. Real Madrid hosts Levante at the Bernabeu. Atletico this. Real Betis Villarreal. Seville Athletic Club. But yeah, interesting matchups. The Basque Derby. Real Betis Valencia. I think this game is much bigger than the Basque Derby. Real Madrid hosts Rayo Vallecano in the community derby. Is StreamYard a good streaming app? Yes. Where you could go live with a free account, but they'll let you have only like 20 hours. So I will I will try to go back live for tomorrow, but I will end the stream soon. I just want to fix up the fixtures. But yeah, these are the fixtures that everyone else has. Basque Derby, Barcelona hosts the second leg against Mallorca, Atletico Betis. Real Madrid got to visit Valencia in February. So yeah, we got some fixtures. December 21st is likely the end of the Brazilian league anyways. That's the last week anyways. Real Madrid hosts Sociedad obviously. February 15th at the Bernabeu. Rayo Atletico. So it goes one by one. The Derby community. Real Madrid Getafe. Rayo Athletic. The Seville Derby March 1st. So I got some of these type of fixtures. Athletic Club Madrid. Atletico Madrid hosts Sociedad at their ground. Sociedad Osasuna. Barcelona hosts Seville. Real Madrid. And then we got this last fixture, March 22nd, heading to the international break. There's the Madrid Derby, which is by far the biggest game. The second biggest game is Athletic Club Betis, but this is the most iconic fixture, the Madrid Derby. And here's the thing for Atletico Madrid. It depends if they even qualify for the Champions League. Yes, they got to host Getafe. But here's the thing. They got to host Sociedad, Getafe. But they got to visit Real Madrid. After the international break, Atletico Madrid got to play Barcelona at home after playing Real Madrid in the derby nearby. That's going to be etchy. That's going to be creepy. Yep, in these last 10 games. And it's going to go down these last 10 games for sure. And like some of these games, yep, the Brazilian League will start up at this moment. Especially who gets to qualify for the World Cup, some friendly internationals, even though some people just rest up for these meaningless friendlies to prepare themselves for possible big games. We will try doing a La Liga preview, I guess. But yeah, Atletico Barcelona's here. Barcelona versus Espanyol is here. But yeah, these are the iconic fixtures that will be going up. Real Madrid, they got to visit back-to-back Seville. Yup. And we'll see what Real Madrid will do. But this is most likely. Even though Real Madrid will be given less rest, they got to prepare because this feels like 2 seasons combining to one. So they got to prepare, or it feels like a never-ending season. And then El Clasico in May 10th. Sociedad Betis is on May 10th. So, and yes, this could go down to the wire. We'll see, especially Atletico possibly taking points from both Barcelona and Real Madrid to help one the other. May 10th. and the last day, Real Madrid is at home at the Bernabeu against Athletic Club. Barcelona got to visit Valencia. So, what do you think of the La Liga fixtures, guys? What do you think of the hard run before I end the stream? What do you think of the games? You know, Charlie. Yeah. He's Stone Live, right? Big ups to him, the Arsenal fan. Big up to him. What I will do, I will end the stream very soon because I do have to go. What are your thoughts on these fixtures, guys? Any comment about it? For me, I just hope for the best. I just hope we can get some good matchups. I mean, yes, we got good matchups, especially the games in between Copa del Rey, Champions League. I might do a Champions League preview once it gets closer. Fireworks are lighting up at my house right now because it's almost 4th of July. Tomorrow's going to be a busy firework day, especially in Philadelphia with Palmeiras Chelsea, Fluminense versus Alajan. It's going to be a really busy year, guys. But yeah, this season is big, guys. It is because not only just a regular season games, it's World Cup year. The United States, they better be ready. Yes, you guys will be hosting another Super Bowl, but the World Cup. And tomorrow, guys, I will be cooking CONCACAF for having the same old fixtures over and over again for the USA Mexico, just like Real Madrid Man City. Don't be surprised. We got another Madrid City next year. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, YouTube gave me a video on. Ah, yeah, I am. And you know what? Yes, I am. And I'm also going to add you as a mod for the next stream. Which, you know what? I will drop off your stream. Big up to you. Make sure you subscribe to Always Cool There. Subscribe to him. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I will comment, guys, on the video. I will comment on your Diego Jota video in just a bit. I hope FIFA does do a tribute card. But yeah, guys, this is going to be a big ass season, guys. This is no joke. And before I end the stream, any early prediction for El Clasico and the El Clasico? Yeah, I don't mind. Any early predictions for El Clasico at the Bernabeu, or you want to wait? Because I know Real Madrid will be less rested. They'll have to prepare. They'll have to after this Club World Cup. Let's not forget Jude Bellingham will not be with Real Madrid because he won't be there against Atletico or Barcelona. I don't know if Real Madrid will loan Jude Bellingham with somebody of that profile. If they have to, they'll go for it, especially for the first ones against Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, including the physical games against Sociedad Athletic Club. But yeah, this is a big fixture, guys. This is a big season upcoming up. Yes, I will release the La Liga, Premier League, Serie A videos next year as well. I'll work on it. At the Bernabeu, this time you expect a 2-1 win. Fair enough, a 4-2 thriller, 6-goal thriller. That sounds nice. 2-1 away for Barcelona and 4-2 for in, in, in Barcelona in Camp Nou for Barcelona. Fair enough. Yes, and one more thing before I end the stream. Yes, we will be there. I will be making videos for sure. I will. I will. And yes, I will be dropping another video for sure. I will. But yeah, it's just interesting. We got some matchups. Let me see what other matchup we have. Let me, the Palmeiras Corinthians derby is on August 31st. Flamengo Botafogo is on the same weekend, October 25th. Santos Corinthians. Vasco Fluminense. Yeah, I already said it. November 5th. When is Flamengo versus Fluminense is this July, but the second leg is in December. Is in December. December 6th, we have Fluminense, Flamengo, and Corinthians versus Sao Paulo. We will be there. December 6th. So yeah, guys, big up, guys. I will be back for the CONCACAF Gold Cup rant tomorrow. Thank you for making me moderator. Big up, standard manager. Yeah, we're gonna start you as standard, but big up. You're welcome. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Like I said, always cooler. Big up to you. But yes, these fixtures should be big of a banger. I know it's impossible to do every single one of them, but I will do everything as I could. But yeah, make sure you smash the like as always. Let me see. But yeah, it's just a long time. But yeah, big up everyone. Big up to this city. Big up to everyone. Anything else to say before I wrap up? I'm just hoping for the best. CONCACAF, I'll cook you tomorrow. I got a lot to say about CONCACAF. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then yes, I know this is hard for Pedro Neto, by the way, for at Chelsea because he's good friends with Diego Jota. And I feel bad if he doesn't play against Palmeiras. This is a slight advantage, but yeah, big up. I think we will redirect to him. Let me try to set up the redirect. If not, we can redirect to my La Liga video. Which did by the way, did you saw my La Liga video I made back in a month ago? But yeah, big up. Rest in peace, Diego Jota. Descansa en paz. Your heart will never be left alone. I haven't even have time to play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, bro. Alright, let me try redirect him. So yeah, guys. Um yeah, I've got some big games. Like I said, let me try to do the redirect. Alright, there we go, redirect. Lee Gunners live. Delhi FC. Hold on, I see Stone live. I don't see him. Hold on. I don't know if we'll redirect to Lee Gunner. He's live. I'm surprised. If not, we might just redirect my video. All right, you know what? Yes. Which one about Barcelona winning La Liga or something else? About winning trophies? Listen, I think you guys could go for the Champions League. We'll see if you guys could sign up like you said, what requires the Copa del Rey back to back is possible. The Spanish Super Cup, same thing. But yeah, Jota Andre will be missed. Absolutely. Hold on. If he's not live, you know what? We'll just redirect to my own video, bro. My own video. No, like the video you posted a month ago about La Liga. Yeah, a month ago. Oh, I'm surprised Gio's live. You know what? I don't know if we should redirect to Gio. But yeah, or should we redirect to my video? It's not giving me as much option. Yeah, I forgot Gio was live today. Because yep, make sure you. Hold on, let me see. Why is it always choosing one game, one video? Come on. No, it's hold on. Let me try to do this. Come on. Come on. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. It doesn't have me privileges. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll redirect to my La Liga video, but the next one we'll rate somebody. Let me try redirect. I have no idea why it's not letting me redirect to my own freaking stream. Ah, dang it. I think I might have to freaking But yeah, oh wait, I cannot redirect videos. If I cannot redirect videos, then yeah, we might have to just rate somebody. Let me see if this works. Nah, it's not bringing it up. Wait, do I have to work redirect villages? Come on. If not, we'll have to rate somebody. Redirect villages. How do I work this? How do I fix the redirect thing? Where do I have to go? Oh, oh yeah. Oh, I see. Somebody commented, whatever said I removed it. I replied, it's not time to be joking. Exactly. Like, what are you doing? I mean, not him. I mean, not you, but him. Like, what is he doing? It's not done that way. Hold on. Let me see if I could try. No. All right. Let's see. Come on. Let me see. Redirect villages. Come on. Not promotions. Not agreements. But wait, where do I have to go? Hold on, where do I get redirect pillages? Do you know? Oh my goodness, bro. Hold on, let me try redirect somebody then. Come on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I have no idea how does this redirection don't work. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna have to redirect it. Damn. Yes. How does that work, real quick? How does that work? I want to know. Because I just struggled. Yup, I should be ending the stream, but I just need to do this real quick. A bit of problems. I know it's really difficult. Yep. But yep, a lot of work tomorrow. Absolutely. Yeah, how do you where do I have to go for redirect villages? Now my search up real quick. Hold on, let me try ad settings. Standard moderation depends who has moderations. I don't care. I don't care who rates me. I just want everyone. Yes, all channels can redirect. Absolutely. All right, now can we redirect more? Can we still redirect one of my videos? If not, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, damn it. It's a joke. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna have to redirect to Geo's stream. I have no other choice because I failed to redirect one of my videos. But yeah, make sure you watch La Liga's video. I'll share it on the community tab. Big up, guys. We will redirect to Geo. So last 4 comments before I go. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Permission, yes. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna be redirecting to Geo. Big up to everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Gotta go. Big up.